Peace, everybody. Welcome to Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch, and today I'm rolling solo because Rob is a little under the weather, so let's all wish him well. And today I'm going to talk about this Saturday's ESPN 140-pound junior welterweight unification match between Terence Crawford and Julius Indongo. Also on that card is Alexander Gvozdyk fighting Craig Baker, which should be a nice showcase for Gvozdyk. If you've listened to Rob and I over like the past year or so, we're really high on him, and we think he's going to be a player in the light heavyweight division. So this is a chance for the, as I would say, the non-hardcore eye to get a look at him and see that he might be the next guy up. But we'll see once everything happens in the ring. Because this fight is on ESPN and his usual fights were on pay-per-view undercards and premium cable, you get a new set of eyes on him that can generate some more support towards him. So that's all I'm going to say about that fight, and I'm going to go right into the main event. So in Crawford and Indongo, you have two guys holding all of the welterweight titles. And this is the first time in a long time that the winner will have every belt in the weight class. So this is a big deal. Not only will they be the lineal champ, they will also have all of the sanctioning body titles. So they will literally be the undisputed champ of the division. And there's not too many guys in the history, especially in recent memory, that can hold that title. So this is a big deal in one of the glamour divisions of the sport. So we know Crawford. We know we've seen him mature on HBO and pay-per-view bouts, and he's coming in as the favorite. He is very good switching his stance. He's very patient, has good hand speed, excellent timing, a very nasty streak. When he wants to get people out of there, he gets them out of there, and does so in emphatic fashion and makes it entertaining at the same time. And in Indongo, we have someone who has kind of flown under the radar and made himself known with his first round knockout of Troyanovsky at the end of last year, and then affirming his status by beating Ricky Burns earlier this year. I think it was back in April. So how do these two guys match up? We have Indongo, who's a few inches taller than Crawford, but both guys are very good at utilizing their feet to maximize their distance and keep themselves in a range where they can be hit with a minimal amount of damage, where when they land, they get the most leverage out of their shots. And they do that by subtle changes in their stance. They do it by moving their body in a front to back motion that you don't normally see a lot, especially in when you talk about head movement in boxing. Everybody talks about the side to side movement. These guys are going front to back like that, and they do so in a wide stance that keeps their base nice and strong for counter punches. So as far as an opponent goes, and Indongo, I would liken him a lot to Postal, because they both are tall, long, awkward guys who pose a legitimate threat to Crawford. While Postal, I believe, had a faster hand speed than Indongo, Indongo has impeccable timing. He knows when to throw his shots to knock you off balance and make sure that they are also judge-friendly punches. Whereas you know that punch made contact, you see the head snap back, you see the opponent reset, and he's able to slide back into using his jab and getting into his groove. Now in Crawford, he's fighting someone who likes to do the exact same thing, but is a little bit more aggressive with it. So, being a southpaw, the question is, which stance will Crawford utilize to defeat Indongo? That's going to be one of the big questions. We see him switch southpaw a lot. We've also seen him be in southpaw for the entire fight, like his fight with Felix Diaz. We've also seen him stay orthodox for the entire fight, like in the Thomas Delorme fight. But we've seen him switch in several fights to get a new look and begin to dominate his opponents. So we don't know if that switch will happen, and if he does, will it befuddle Indongo, because he seems to have a very high boxing IQ. Even though he's not a known commodity, especially in the United States, he's becoming that way, and from his wins that we've seen, he's got something that looks to be the goods. You don't get you don't get half the sanctioned body belts by just being anybody. So I think that he will be able to go the distance with Crawford. I think the first 2 to 3 rounds, each guy's going to try and feel each other out. They're going to try to gauge each other's distance. There'll be a lot of jabbing, a lot of feinting. Both guys will try to throw a few power punches, but it's not going to be action-packed as, say, like Pacquiao Horn or something like that, because both of those guys were throwing a lot of leather in that fight to compare to ESPN type of fights. And it won't be a Lomachenko-Mariaga situation where like one guy's completely outmatched. Now, if either one of those guys are able to do that, like if Indongo completely dominates Crawford or vice versa, that would be a major statement to that guy's skill level, his ring IQ, and should rocket themselves up on those mythical pound-for-pound lists as well. As far as a pick, I'm going Crawford by decision. I think that his activity and accuracy and mean streak will be able to trump Indongo's distance utilization and methodical nature in the ring. Both guys are going to land some good shots, but eventually Crawford, being able to be a counterpuncher moving forward, will be able to sway the judges in his direction. And as the fight goes on, he gets more and more leather landed on Indongo and secures the victory via a unanimous decision. So let me know what you guys think. Hit us up in the comment section. Follow us on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Google+, Instagram, Twitter, all of those, same name, Capital Combat. Once again, we're going to hope Rob gets well very soon so we can bring you guys some more videos together. And we'll see you all in the recap. Until then, fight on.
This is round 1 and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is coming and cost. My fists are on fire, I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage, keep thinking that it's a game. I kick crime, hurricane, I told them I don't play, I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.